What's up, guys? Welcome to day 2 of the US Open. Today we're bowling on like a 43-foot, very flat pattern, super challenging. A couple different options of where you can play. So it'll be interesting to see where people play. I'm gonna try and trap it around the 8, 9, 10 area. A couple different balls. I think reactive is gonna be the play today, so hopefully I reactive well. Let's get to the bowling. Quick little break in the action, guys. We're dropping brand new merch on the site today. If you guys haven't checked it out already, go to thehousebowling.com and we're offering a 20% off coupon code US Open. That's code US Open for 20% off at thehousebowling.com. We got links down below, links up top. And now let's get back into the action.
Bang.
All right, so today went pretty well for me. I was like 40-ish, 50-ish over. I think it was like 48 at the end of the block. Rode a little bit of the roller coaster. I found a good look, threw some okay shots, some bad shots, missed a couple spares. I definitely didn't capitalize on my look as much as I could have. However, it was still a solid block going 50 over at the US Open. I'll take it. That being said, got to lock back in and continue that. I used some reactive balls today. I used a blue hammer. I used a scorpion low flare the last 3 games once the blue hammer started hooking too early. So for me, solid day using a reactive, which is not something I would usually do, especially when they're this hard. But with the urethane hooking so early, it's just something that had to be done. Good block for me so far. Hopefully another good block to come tomorrow and I can make this cut. But right now, I think I'm right on the cut line at 61 over. Time to grind.
If you guys would have came up to me after 3 games today, day 2 of the U.S. Open at the same center and the same patterns that we've been bowling on for the last 3 years, and I've never been plus in my life in this tournament, and you asked me after game 3, like, how you bowling today? How's it going? I would tell you this. Game 1, I had a game plan, and I committed to it. I was going to play the ultimate gutter. And I bowled a pretty decent game from out there, and I opened in the 10th for 190. So it's like, all right, 190 is not awful, and, like, I committed. Game 2, I tried to make it work out there. It didn't work. So I moved in, and I doubled in the 8th and 9th, and I could have bailed out 190 going into the 10th. And I pocket 710 for 160. So I've now opened in both 10th frames for 190, 160. In the next game, I was bowling your typical U.S. Open score. I was like clean through 9 frames. I picked up a split. I was just kind of like hanging in there. I could have bailed out 195 or something going into the 10th. I decided to switch to reactive and move way in. And I stuck and face planted onto the lane for foul for 160. So I went open, open, open in my first 3 10th frames for 190, 160 with a pocket 710, 160 because I stepped in something and I face planted on the lane. So those could have been 190, 190, 190, but those game 2 and 3 10th frames were awful. And then I bowled awful game 4, and then I went plus 10 the last 4. So we've bowled 16 games, and my first 4 game average is like 150, and my last 4 game averages is like 205 because I've gone plus the last 4 of both blocks. So another year, Kevin just can't match up at the U.S. Open. It's just one of those things. So we're just bowling to stay mechanically in it because we're not mentally in it at all.
It went a lot better in the first day. I still had a 160 game in there, but I feel like the 160 game was actually pretty well bowled. I was telling these guys last night, missed the pocket twice, technically, for 161. Had 2 pocket 710s. I did miss a spare early. I think I only threw 2 strikes, but hit the pocket a lot. Just had 1 big game and then a bunch of grinder 190, 2-0 type of games, and then obviously 160, which I gave a good amount of the pins I got back, but overall it was a better day. I threw an Absolute Power, I threw a Phase 2, Exponent Pearl, Tension Star, a High Road Black Pearl. I was pretty far left. I just felt like the middle part of the lane hooked so much, and then they got really flat. I feel like our squad, they were super, super flat in the morning. So I was trying to create some sort of miss to the left. It really wasn't there. And so I feel like I bowled pretty good the first two. Had another 710 in the second game for 190. So I was like even after two. And then I felt like there was finally some shape, and I shot 250. I don't know. It's just tough to get something going in this building. And I'm 0 for 3 in the last 3 U.S. Opens in this building. So I think there's still an outside chance. I feel like the cuts, like maybe I could see it if it goes crazy, getting to like 70. So I don't think so. But I feel like, you always got to aim a little higher than what you might think it actually is. So you go 200 over, you get to 100 over, and then you might be right back in there. So still life. At least I'm thinking so.